Let's get my tune up for the background. I'm just kind of surprised that I didn't even have any yet. Ugh. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh shit. Shit, I didn't even think I had this pen still. I'll put you right here. Alright. And the bow loaded up and all that fun shit. There we go. Okay, one more guys. Well, whatever. Much better. Much better, especially if this bunk ass fucking work there. Dios mío. Fuck, gross, whatever. Oh, man. I have no idea what to do with like when it comes to work, honestly, at this point. I don't mind like the new dudes I have to work with, stuff, but it's like, man, they haven't really figured out everything quite out yet and are just kind of in that like, we're just kind of here vibe, which I mean I am too, but it's just like I'm at least trying to put like a slightly extra step forward where I don't think they are like really frankly old enough to really know that yet. Or at least understand that quite 100%. Because that helps everybody, not just themselves, too. Because, like, it's not like I am being a dick about, but fuck, dude, so it's kind of at a point where they kind of need to, like, pick up on certain slack and not just immediately leave once, they're scheduled at 9 or 10 or whatever. Like, if there's still shit to do, you still gotta finish it up. That's kind of the point of the closing shift. So if it's just like, if something's not completely clean or they missed a spot or something because they didn't stick around, to finish cleaning up everything. It's like, it's not really inherently or necessarily my fault when I got my own duties I need to deal with. So, ugh, it's really getting ridiculous. I'm just gonna have to, like, on one of my days off, like, chat room for a couple hours. Like, I actually clock in for like 3 or 4 hours and just straight up, like, show and tell them, like, the very specific details about everything. You know, just to make sure that, like, when it comes to like certain cleaning things, so also make sure that they know, these actual quick details, because it's not like, it adds any extra time, and all that shit. So I don't know. It's just like they need to figure that shit out, because they need to be able to start doing that on their own. They've been like, and they're still not completely trained yet either, and we don't have enough staffing to actually, have that adequate amount of people to do that with. You can see how well that works, and I can understand why they're just kind of like, I'm just kind of here, because like eventually they're going to start getting like, pulled aside by like, hey, why wasn't this or this done? It's like, well, I'm scheduled nice, so I left then. It's like, well, you're supposed to finish. I don't know. It's like they're going to eventually start getting that, and they're not going to like that. But it's like, it's one of those things where they are going to have to start figuring that out. Like, I'm willing to put in like one, like another extra step forward or two, but they have to like be willing to kind of commit to that. Which, I mean, at least, from what I can tell, they're not on to like any real like sense of like, well, I'm dipping, because they already been employed for a while, for a few years, so. I mean, so I don't really think, they're dipping anytime soon. It's just that I'm pretty sure that they, just have no interest in staying any longer than they have to, which I get, but, like, I mean, it's like, it's like, if they're closing a shit and it's just only one of them and, like, they're supposed to, like, leave at 10, well, they can't just, like, leave a bunch of random shit, just not done. So it's like, we're going to need to figure that out a little bit. Because sometimes instead of me, it might be somebody else that, is going to be, sticking there at the end of it. Last person out. Now we'll include them. So they need to, like, also know that, like, A, you might be the last one out, so you have to make sure that all these little things get done. Even if it's just like, what I do sometimes to do just a quick wipe down, I'll do like more of a detailed clean the next day or something. It's like, but at least, know that these are things that need to at least be done, at some point. When it comes to, within like a 24-hour period, like wiping down, like the whiteboards and stuff. Like that's a daily thing, but it's just like, when it comes to doing extra details, like, cleaning on those things, like lifting them up, wiping underneath them and stuff, it's not necessarily a big priority, but if they're pretty dirty, then you might want to do that. So they just need to know those things, because if not, then, they're gonna get overrun really fucking quickly, and they're not gonna like, a lot of people being like, what the fuck? It's like, why wasn't this done? Why wasn't that done? It's like, they're not going to like it. Because I can kind of already tell at least one of them isn't really exactly fond of having to, like, not necessarily be bossed around, but, like, do other shit by, like, on his own. Like, if you tell him to be like, hey, close down a meat counter while I, start closing up this stuff, it's like, all right, well, do you want to do that while I do this stuff? And it's like, I'm telling you a game plan here. Like, I told you to deal with these things. I mean, you don't have to deal, like, like those things yet. Just still clean everything down, and then, like, all the other smaller stuff, like packaging up the meat or whatever, can happen later. So it's just one of those things where it's like, that's something that is onus on them, to a certain extent. And when someone has to be like shift lead, like me or somebody else, and is telling them what they need to or what not need to do or whatever, it's like, I mean, they can't be like, well, can you help me do it or do that for me? Well, which is one of the things you want me to do. It's like, you need to be doing that. I mean, just at least on the virtue of just being able to, like, understand what that is and to streamline yourself a little bit, because then at least it'll be kind of easier to deal with. Which, I mean, a lot of the shit isn't really that fucking difficult. It's just that they need to just, like, put just one extra step forward with it. That's all. I mean, and especially on fucking, like, Fridays, Saturdays, when I'm, like, the only one after fucking 7. Or at least on Saturdays, where I'm, like, the only one there after 7 or 8. It's like, that's fucking bullshit, and I'm getting real sick of that. Because at that rate, I'm just like, because at this point, I'm going to just start assuming that and just start closing that fucker early. And I don't give a shit if they want me, to stay at 10 or not. I'm clocking off when I'm done. Like, because, and I'll just say, hey, why did you clock off early? It's like, well, because they keep getting staffed where I'm the only closer and I don't want to be staying, for like 30 or 40 minutes over. So I'm closing early that day, because I kind of have to. I kind of need to, and I don't want to take one more break, either. So I'm just taking one break and then closing everything up. Pretty simple. Like, I'll just straight tell them that. And if they don't like it, then it's just like, well, I want to make sure I have an adequate, team for closing, and I need at least somebody as a set closer, because then it makes it a lot easier to deal with everything else. Then I ain't overwhelmed. Because it kind of feels like a little low-key fuck you, because I've kind of mentioned about wanting to, be off sooner on Fridays and Saturdays for karaoke and shit, and I think this is like some weird fuck you, to that. I don't think my manager is doing it. I just think this, nor really the store director. I just think, like, like, honestly, I kind of have a few ideas of who may or may not be. Like, I know there's at least, like, the assistant store director's been there for a while and for a couple years. He's, like, the only dude I could probably overtly think of, but there could probably be a couple other names. And I forgot to grab another fucking liner. Keep procrastinating on that shit. Doggo, I have the door open for you to go explore outside if you want. You don't have to be hiding in the fucking laundry room all the time. Goofball ass dog. Dog's such a silly boy. Let's see what's happened for the news for today. Outside of the major obvious of being coconut pilled, I guess. With Kamala. There's a lot of, like, random meltdowns over that I just find hilarious. And for some reason, people on the right wing are freaking the fuck out over this out of nowhere. Like, mainly because they're like, oh, well, see, the Democrats are co-opting power and they're, removing, the democratic process. It's like, when did you fuckers ever give a shit about that? And when did y'all motherfuckers give a fuck about Biden? Like, huh? Now all you are fucking bemoaning and crowing about him and being like, oh, we gotta think about him. It's like, give me a break. I mean, it's like corrupt fucking worthless piece of shit, and it's just like, and now, like, a good chunk of the Republicans are like, what? You should have stepped down. What are the Democrats doing? This just shows how fucking broken and horrible and corrupt they are. It's like, cope, I guess? Because I know why they're kind of freaking out and kind of doing that. Because they don't like the idea of Kamala potentially running against Trump. She actually could possibly have a chance. Like, I don't really know exactly what that will look like. Like, I mean, I'm sure we'll get, like, a full-on announcement or a full-on, like, speech or something from her. Yeah, well, but, at least as a way to gauge, because I don't really know yet. At least how I would think that would go. Like, I would think it would probably, like, all in all, be like, potentially a 50-50 kind of thing, but I wouldn't know. We'll have to just kind of see what, what the fuck? Yeah, where are you, bitch? I'm about to not give a fuck and fucking, put a buckshot in your ass, motherfucker. I'm about, like, this close to being done with you. I should have been done with you a long time ago. Motherfucker. I need to get, dude. I'm pretty sure they make, like, 12 gauge, like, rat shots. I think I'm gonna need to grab one. Grab a box of those things. Because then I could just hide quietly and then just, like, hide myself right here, wait for that little shitbag peep out and go, like a pew, bitch. Yeah, but at least with at least with like the whole idea of Kamala, like at least being a potential possibility, honestly, at this rate. Oh, that's fine. What one thing is really kind of made me think that is likely, a possibility, of being a chance, so to speak, is just because since this announcement, there's been a fuckload of DNC money has been raised for for this whole new recent like announcement and shit. Just I think from today alone. So like, because I know at least so last time I heard something from it, I think it was like over like $5 million already, and it's just like, fuck, okay. So they're definitely kind of putting their they're putting their chips into this fucking basket. Like, and frankly, I mean, I probably would too if I was in their shoes. Because at this rate, there is kind of like a, now you probably got a little something to lose kind of bet gamble, but I mean, it's kind of a high risk investment that's worth it. Because, especially with like, a lot of like how I think normie types, would, perceive it, shit like this. There's a lot of like law and order types that are not really fond of like convicted felons and all this shit, and they really do love themselves a cop and or attorney generals and sheriffs and shit. I mean, even libs. The libs love it too. Because look at Kamala. I mean, right? So I think that would definitely be like a bump, for her, and because also Trump is a felon, she could play that up. So there's some shit that I think she could pull up her sleeve that actually I think could work. Now, will she do it? I don't know. And honestly, all in all, at the end of the day, is she actually going to be really fundamentally worth the fuck, for, a presidential term? Probably not. But I do at least feel like there would be at least enough of, like, some political instinct to where to where she would at least give somewhat of a fuck and actually be able to fucking, take certain directions, when it comes to certain policies. Like, I know when it comes to the IP issue, she's been pretty pro ceasefire, very adamant about it, Palestinian advocacy, at least behind the scenes, so to speak. Trying to figure out what this little fucker is. Oops. At least now it gives me a better visual. So I can see where this little turd might be. Meh. Bastard. Some molten down. Doggo, you have like a whole backyard you could go to, dude. The door's wide open for you. I'm pretty sure the gate's even open and you can sneak out if you wanted to. You know, actually, kind of a good thing he's stuck in the lunchroom because then he would really want to. He'd really want to probably explore and do that and sneak out. Come on, quit burning now. Bunk ass bone. There we go. Okay, what the fuck is all this shit here? Oh, fucking hell, really? Fucking fly right there on the phone. Fuck. I cannot get to you. That was like the only attempt I could do to get that fucker was with a pen that didn't even work. Shocker. Fucking turd. God, dude, these smells are driving me nuts because I still don't know what the fuck or where the fuck these little bastards have come from. And I know there's still going to be like a couple left because like there's a few are legit tiny in comparison to the rest of these. So it's like they got like one extra little gen that's just like, we're leftovers. Wait. I just hope that the runts instead and they just fucking die off with them too. But knowing these fuckers, they'll probably just feed upon the carcasses and become cannibals. Ugh. Fucking absurd. Yeah, let's see what's happening for the bar. Let's see what has happened. The most intense chase ever. And is that like... What the hell is that? I can't even make out what car, if it is a car. I think I'm gonna need a Fred Bone this one. What am I, what the fuck am I even supposed to be looking at with that? I at least have Scrimple on it, but like I just definitely got immediately flabbergasted like, whoop. Oh, you fucker! There you were. Oh, you bastard! Oh man, If only man, I need to get like a slingshot or something. I can pick it up, go shaboom on a bitch. Well, at least now I got visual confirmation that the old fucker ain't dead. So that definitely confirms that ain't the reason why these fuckers are here too. If anything, at least just kind of confirms that the flies were in here to seek shelter, from the heat wave and stuff. But now they're all stuck in here. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's the bloody bastards. Tell Mickey the rest still got some of his youthful spunk ass energy. Ay. Fucking garage is a nightmare, bro. Good lord. Fucking nightmare. Did you just like ninja bolt your way, bro? Did you just ninja bolt? Man, what the fuck? Yeah, I know where you at, motherfucker. What the hell is this? Oh. Oh, did you sneak away back over there? Alright, good. You know what? Keep your fucking stupid ass over there so I don't get the urge to smack your ass. Because I will legit do that. I'll legit do that on that fucking fly. Well, not fly, fucking rat. The rats, man. The bloody bastards. You can tell this little fucker's smart about, where it's been keeping his tenants too, because it knows that I don't really have a way to set my little trap over there for it. So it just keeps this little ass over there. Bloody prick. This fucking meal. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
So, one of the most high-octane chases that's ever been captured on film. It involves someone being accused of being a predator, getting away in one of the most absurd vehicles I've ever laid my eyes upon.
Sorry, what's your name again? Roger? Hey, Roger, can I have a chat with you?
What the fuck is this?
It's a chat, man. I don't wanna call the police. I just wanna have a chat with you, okay? Yeah. So, why do you think it's okay, brother? And I'm just filming for our own protection, so you can't tell the police I touched you, okay? No, Roger, I just want to chat with you, Roger.
What is this? Christ. What is that thing, dude? What is that?
Just leaving him in the dust, engaging the afterburners, activated the NOS boosters there. Running after him's like trying to run after a lightning bolt. Godspeed, good luck. That's not happening. This guy's not even in a vehicle, he's in a goddamn doohickey. This shit looks like a gizmo that Jimmy Neutron would have clapped together in the middle of an episode to try and get something done, but it'd also be able to shoot off into space.
I mean, it looks like, honestly, to me, like something like some sort of like single person car that a fucking like goddamn like Dr. Seuss village would have or something in one of the books that you see in the background. Honestly,
it looks like it's made out of Legos by a big Toronto Raptors fan. This shit looks like he's riding in the head of a Bionicle, like he's about to go out there to try and save the Mata Nui. It's the most absurd thing I have ever seen with wheels. And that's coming from someone who owns a Moby Huge Mobile, which is a fucking 3-foot, 60-pound dildo that we converted into a motorized unit. Like,
that's actually kind of awesome.
This is the stupidest fucking thing I think I have ever seen. This thing doesn't even look real. It looks like it runs off of quarters. What was even the plan here? Like, there's no passenger seat. Where would they even go, like, in this car?
Sit on the dude's lap? Which, honestly, if this dude is a alleged predator or whatever the fuck, that actually even makes it more fucking creepy. It's like, hey, you can join me in my weird little, like, one-person car. It's like, well, where do I sit? On my lap. It's like, whoa.
And I'm using the word car very loosely here. Like, did they plan on strapping the 15-year-old to the roof of it like a Christmas tree? Like Clark Griswold? I guess the most likely scenario is Roger was going to try and convince them to sit on his lap. But now his plans have been foiled. He's being confronted and he's freaking out, so he's doing the only thing he knows how to do. Throw that bitch into fucking 12th gear and really step on the gas.
Roger, I'm not going to do nothing, I promise. I'm going to call the police, Roger. I got your address, Roger. Roger, just chat, Roger.
Roger, come on, Roger. Dude, he's running at the same speed as this car. Or, like, go-kart? What is this, a bumper car? Like, he's going, like, 10 miles an hour or some shit.
Just chat. She's 15, Roger. You can't do that. Roger, shame on you, Roger. She's only 15 old, Roger.
Roger!
Listen to that.
Roger! Come on, Roger. It's kind of funny. Roger, she's only 15. Roger! No! Vanilla, no! I feel like this is like being narrated by Chris Kattan or something.
roar. No doubt this puppy runs off
Vanilla,
pure
vanilla,
testosterone
no!
and diesel. There's like a fucking V8 in there. Now there is no fucking way that this Toys R Us cruiser is street legal. There's no shot. So he has to be violating road laws here as well.
I mean, I'm maybe. I think it would depend on like how fast that thing can go.
But I do love that the cameraman is just like power walking in order to keep up with it, and just being like, Roger, come on, Roger. Like, the more times he says Roger, the more it made me giggle at just how outrageous this whole situation here was. I just really can't get over how ridiculous Roger's vehicle is. If you look in the cockpit of that thing, there's like one giant red button, and it looks like only two other things in the entire like dash of it. It is basically a remote-controlled car that Roger is piloting. And it sounds like a remote-controlled car, too.
Roger, she's only 15. I'm recording.
I mean, it's a very tiny dash. Like, you literally basically got the most minimal amount of shit for it to maybe be legal.
Yeah, just the cops will go there, Roger. The cops will show up, Roger.
Dude, that fucking just a little pee squeak mobile just squeezing on away. We got these like full size cars next to it, and you got this tiny, weird, elongated thing.
Roger,
Oh my god!
what's wrong with you, Roger? Roger, you know you can
Dude, this straight looks like out of a comedy movie.
go to jail, Roger. She's 15, Roger. Shame on you, Roger. Shame on you. I will take this to the police. Shame on you.
I really thought the video was going to end when Roger made that right turn. But I love that the reporter here, the boots on the ground journalist, like the detective, got in his car in order to catch up to Roger. I don't know how he was able to pull off a feat like.
It's not that hard. Basically you're trying to find Waldo where like he's wearing the most obvious fucking thing and standing out in like the biggest way possible. Like he has a gigantic red flag he's holding. Like, hey, I'm right here. I imagine it wouldn't be that hard. Plus, that thing goes only like 10 miles an hour.
Was zooming around, but hats off to him for catching up and engaging in the slow speed pursuit. So he pulls up next to Roger and continues to just like talk at him. Like, Roger, let's have a chat. Like he's Chris Hansen on the go right now. And Roger just continues to ignore him from the fucking Batmobile here. Now, I haven't been able to find too much information about this with the lore of Roger or what happened after this video. I have been unable to locate any information on whether or not it's even real. This could be
What the fuck?
have been unable to locate any information on whether or not it's even real. This
What the hell's going on with that? It's just moving on its own.
could be like a stage skit, though I imagine it's kind of difficult to find someone willingly there to play the pedophile, but it is definitely possible, and there have been some predator hunters and predator catchers that have
Oh shit! Grab something. And then it dropped.
before in the past. So I don't even know if it's 100% authentic or not. Roger might not even be a pedophile or anything at all right now. It's all allegations, and I can't find any.
Which, I mean, that's why I'm going to say alleged. I do kind of find it a little funny, but honestly, this is why I don't really like it when you got these, like, people trying to be a wannabe Chris Hansen or some shit. And also, usually, more often than not, they tend to, like, these type of people tend to also have, like, some baggage of their own, usually. I mean, there's been multiple times where these type of, like, PETA hunter types will, like, be caught with their own allegations themselves. So, I mean, honestly, frankly, I mean, like, I don't like that. I think that's a bunch of bullshit anyway. Like, I think, if, people want to honestly try to stop that and, when it comes to that type of shit, then it's just like, just take it strictly to law enforcement with that type of shit. I mean, doing your own weird vigilantism or, like, weird independent journalistic, vigilantism, sting operation is not how you, solve these problems. In fact, it really just make it worse.
Information about this anymore. The original upload of the video on YouTube is taken down, so it's been very difficult to find more information about all of it. So it could be staged, it could be fake. could be real. There's no telling. But regardless, the video itself actually made me laugh, like, out loud, not just blowing air out of my nose.
Oh my god, there he is!
Hey, Roger! Roger! Can we talk?
Oh my god, it just driving by the way it is.
Oh my god! That thing was small.
Dude, next to that gigantic hulk of a tank of a F-150 that just drove by.
We get yet another angle here of Roger zipping down the road in the fucking sexual predator parade float. And even the camera guy starts laughing about it, mentioning just how, like, tiny the car is.
That, like, I mean, they only, like, I swear, like, those cars you can only find in, like, fucking, like, Japan or some shit, dude. Like, how in the fuck did this guy even get the car in the first place? I'm wondering more about the car and where the guy even got it, more than if he's even allegedly a pedo, which I don't even, honestly, I mean, unless there's, like, actual concrete information out there about it, I'm not willing to, just say, maybe. Like, I'm just gonna say it's bullshit until actually genuinely proven otherwise. And since there's literally no information outside of just this video that I guess is recirculated around on the internet, I mean, who fucking knows? I mean, it could honestly be staged, and honestly, in a weird way, maybe it is. I mean, if the original upload was taken down, then maybe people thought it was real, or maybe, I don't know. Kind of leads to some speculation, but, I mean, part of me thinks it's kind of a work, because, like, what random ass motherfucker who's, like, trying to, like, find some, like, I mean, just, like, who's riding that fucking thing? When you want to be inconspicuous driving, like, some, like, 2004 Toyota Corolla or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, when you want to drive something a little more, inconspicuous and a little less obvious.
It is, like, shockingly small. It looks like he's got a fucking roller coaster seat with wheels on it. It's like a
Dude, God, maybe it is.
motorized fucking photo booth. And he's driving it on normal public roads. Now, I did a little bit of digging, and there was actually a bunch of car people that were scratching their heads trying to figure out what this was a few years ago, and someone finally tracked it down. It's apparently like a shop rider cabin mobility scooter, and then they linked a similar model here, and it's $7,400. Oh,
Wait, so these are ShopRider flagship. So they're technically mobility scooters? Where the fuck do you store your shit? If they're meant to be like, so they're meant to be like, yeah, you can go to a store with these or something, I guess. Where do you put your shit? Right there? Where the fuck do you put the,
7,000 clams for this is a pretty penny, and Roger over 7,000.
Wait, hold on, I'm pretty sure it's well over that.
This is a pretty penny.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure it's more than that though.
Finally tracked it down. It's apparently like a shop rider cabin mobility scooter, and then they linked a similar model here, and it's
It's $75K.
$400. Over
7.5 clamaronis, my dude.
7,000 clams for this is a pretty penny. And Roger, he even went the extra mile and customized it with some Toronto Raptors decorations. But anyway, I imagine Roger didn't face any legal repercussions for anything. If this was a real case that he was being investigated by this individual and he had evidence that he was going to meet a 15-year-old girl and he turned it over to the authorities, I imagine that the police still didn't act on it. That's extremely common where if someone takes matters into their own hands and they don't work collaboratively with law enforcement, when they do present the evidence to the police just wipe their ass with it. They can't use it, which is
why it does more harm than good. And, and that's kind of thing. Like, I mean, you can maybe, like, at best collaborate with police, be like, hey, I believe that this dude might be, trying to, solicit mine, or, here's some of my evidence, like, like I haven't done anything with it. I haven't talked to him or anything about this, nor investigated myself. It just I happened to look over on his phone and saw some strange pictures or something like that, and I think this guy's suspected. And like or whatever the fuck. Like there has to be like some other merit of like basically in the sense of being like a witness, essentially. Like witnessing crime kind of thing. It's like they still can't really do much with that. But if like you have like oh shit, like you and a bunch of other people or family members, or even especially like victims that come out and say, yeah, this person's done this, or we very highly suspect they're doing this, and the victim, collaborates some of their story about that, then yeah, they can easily, lock the door up on the motherfucker kind of thing. But that's right. There's collaborative, efforts and shit because, like, and it's very specific about how that goes. Like, you can't just simply be like, "I got evidence. Look at this person. I was pretending to be this, person so I could catch them in the act." Huh? It's like they can't do anything with that, nor will they.
Whenever someone's doing predator hunting, most of the time the predators don't get any like actual jail time or anything because the police don't use those investigations unless they collaboratively compiled it together. And in this case, it doesn't really seem like this was done with authorities. Like I would have thought if the authorities worked on this together and they're about to go in for the bust, you'd probably see a couple police cars, scooting sideways or something, be like, "Get out of the fucking paddy wagon, Roger, get out." Yeah, but that didn't happen. Instead, Roger was being chased around saying, like, "Let's chat, Roger." And then he just declined to do so and continued to go for a joyride. It remains unknown if Roger still cruises around in the Toronto Raptors Shop Rider cabin mobility scooter deluxe turbo arcade edition vehicle that he was
arcade edition. What the
appearing
fuck?
in this video. But anyway, I just had to talk about this a little bit.
Which I mean, for some that stands out so much, you would think that this person would probably be like, you would think that the person would probably be cited again, Like, hey, yeah, like, remember this one crazy video? Well, I spotted this guy again. Here's a picture of his little weird car or whatever the fuck. I don't know, like, you would think, I guess it's not even a car, but whatever, it's like his little, like, go-kart, little shop scooter thing. I mean, I don't even know, bro. Like, for me, it just seems like the dude could easily just, like, be spotted again, and be noticed at some point wherever this took place. If it's Toronto Rangers, I assume Canada. So I have to assume, like, in Toronto. So, I mean, I'm kind of shocked by that. You would think this guy would have been noticed in the future at some point. Be like, oh, yeah, it was this guy again. Which now I'm starting to really think that's staged. That's what I'm starting to really think at this point. I don't think it's actually real. Like, I kind of feel like there's a little bit of work going on with this. It's a little bit of a work. Bro, getting away in a little telephone booth. Sounds like a slightly upset teacher talking to a first grader. Dude, he does! Dude, that guy will... fucking Streamlabs, of course. Goddamn fucking Streamlabs being stupid as shit. I love it. Boy, gotta love it. Streamlabs being dumb as fuck. Why gotta be dumb as fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Damn it, I say, oh, what fuck? Man. I still remember when they decided to change this fucking screens and all that bullshit. Because, goddamn, dude. That really, like, fucked up this whole, like, just putting the screen up or taking it off or whatever the fuck. It's like, come on. That's always gonna fuck this stupid shit up. Ugh. Boo. Bow wow, so. I wish I saw a silly ass, like, dork running around in a fucking go-kart scooter thing. Which, I still don't know if that is actually even real, honestly. still think there is a major work going on with that. That's why I think of that shit. Alright, let's see what other little things I have for too, since Streamline's how to make a fucking hiccup in between shit. Oh, Destiny go on Piers Morgan? And did he go fucking like... Oh, is this about his weird unhinged like tweeting that he's been doing lately? Well, it's only a couple days old now, what the fuck ever. But like, because I heard he's been going on some like agitation and like aggressive like tweeting about like the dude who died at the fucking Trump rally or whatever. I wonder if it's about that. I have to assume so. Oh, Streamline's gonna fuck up again.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to the show.
Whoa, and you're in... I swear to God, I'm convinced he just has a fucking green screen now at this point, bro. Like, where is this?
Give the new scenery that I have behind myself here, but I couldn't be in the studio because we got a little something going on at the house today, so I had to find a little corner and tuck myself away in it and do my show from there. Also, if you hear any background noise, it's because I have a fan pointed at me because it's literally 96 degrees as I'm doing the show outside.
Well, ew.
So today should be a fun show, and today should be a sweaty show. I got a lot to talk about. So in just a second, we have Piers Morgan and Destiny.
Okay, I will skip the fucking flavor and fluff. There we go.
Here. So Destiny went on Piers Morgan's show, and they got into a heated back and forth.
And of course, you never full screen your fucking bullshit, Kyle.
Because of Destiny's spicy comments after a Trump supporter was killed at the rally when, of course, the shooter was trying to assassinate Trump. Let's dive into it, and we'll break it down as we go.
Yeah, but you are in a world where conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theory.
You know what? I think we might honestly, because I hate Kyle's fucking bullshit about this sometimes. We're gonna have to, like, go at the OG source. We're going to the source. 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 Uncensored. I gotta, like, hear this shit in full. Alright, which one would it be? Would it be, oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's the one with Destiny in it. Okay, now, oh, Jesus Christ, this is fucking long. So where does Destiny kind of get into play? Okay, it's just these two fuckwits talking. Okay, now we got... Oh, shit! Oh, our boy Jink? Our boy. Oh, shit, okay, this is about to get fucking interesting. Okay, you know what, this is better. Yeah, this is way better. I'm sorry, Kyle, fuck you. I love you, but... this is about to get... Is that Blair White, too? I think that is. Is that Blair White? I think that might be Blair White.
The two things have happened as a result of this attempted assassination. One is that Donald Trump has got exponentially more popular because people feel a real empathy with him for what happened. And secondly, that Joe Biden is more likely than not now to remain the Democrat nominee.
Well, that's accurate. That actually happened. He's not.
Yeah. So there's no reason to unilaterally surrender to Donald Trump now, but that's what it looks like the Democrats are doing. So I hope that they pick up the campaign to oust Biden again, because he's clearly not going to win.
And they did.
Interviews are disasters. I don't want to surrender to Trump, but apparently Democratic officials are considering it, which would be just keeping Biden in the race. That is a form of surrender, because they don't want to waste any of their so-called talent because they're so despondent about the race. I think that's pathetic. They should fight. And if they have a new ticket, they still have a perfectly good chance of beating Donald Trump. Now, I do want to say, though, there's a second topic here.
I mean, I would say that you have a higher chance of being able to beat him.
Interview with Corey Mills, Representative Mills there. I think it was dangerous and wrong. So you guys said, oh, well, you know, this shouldn't be a partisan thing and we should turn down the rhetoric. And then you implied that maybe the Secret Service or the Biden administration allowed the shooting to happen.
Well, no,
That's
nobody.
nuts.
No,
That's
no,
not
hang on.
turning.
Nobody.
No,
Nobody
you
implied
definitely
that.
did.
And
You
nobody
definitely did, Pierce.
Well, I certainly did.
You kept talking about, well, look, I'm not saying conspiracy theory, but hey, it's so easy to
Well,
find.
just
And why
to
didn't they
correct you,
find
Jake,
it?
just to
You
correct-
didn't, and you didn't
Hang
just
on.
say negligence.
Hang on, I didn't.
And forget about you, Corey Mills.
Right, okay.
He didn't say,
Just to be
hey,
clear,
look, hey.
okay.
He said maybe it's
Let
not
me
just
respond.
malpractice. Maybe it's not just negligence.
Yeah. I kind of see Dusty smirking in there. It's kind of funny. He's just, he really wants got to get a word in edgewise.
What does
I
that
didn't
mean?
say that.
Is a
I didn't-
lunatic suggesting
Am I allowed
that
to respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I didn't say anything that you just said. Secondly, he did raise the spectre that there's something very odd about this. And by the way, there is. I'm not a conspiracy theorist either. But the idea that the President Trump, who was recently
Sure.
the President of the United States, and is very likely to be again, was shot from 150 meters by a kid with an AR-15, who was seen by spectators nearly a minute before he unloaded 8 bullets in the direction of Donald Trump, is very, very strange. And if you don't think it is, then I think you're being a little bit disingenuous. Now, what is the
So
nature?
you are
What is the
conspiracy
nature of that
theorist.
strangeness?
You are a conspiracy
We don't know what's happened here, right? But no
So,
one
look,
can yet
if you
no
say
one
it's
can
that-
yet give a legitimate explanation as to why this could
Piers,
possibly have happened.
Piers, if you say it's negligence, I'm with you. If you say it's malpractice, okay, I get it. 160 feet, why is he on the roof, etc. But you're clearly implying that it is odd, as in not negligence, but something that was
No, I
planned
don't know.
by
I'm
the
not.
government.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
Hey, get out!
Whoa, who the fuck? Whoa. Who's this? Whoa. Hi. Hello. Who the fuck? Who's this? Who is this? Who is this?
No, I
Planned
don't know.
by
I'm
the
not.
government.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
Who the fuck are you, bro? Who is this? Who is this?
Hey, get out of here, man! What the hell? Jesus Christ, with these lunatic
What the fuck?
Republicans, total lunatic Republicans. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me your lunatic conspiracy theory about how odd.
I don't have any conspiracy theories. Do you not think it's odd, Cenk Uygur, that this kid could
crazy
stroll
that
across a roof unmanned and just fire off 8 bullets at President Trump from 150 meters? Do you not find that odd?
So I find it deeply troubling. I think that there should be an investigation to see how they screwed this up. I think the fact that they didn't get there on the roof quicker it speaks poorly of them. On the other hand,
I mean, the cop tried, but he got bitch made and scared and like, oh god, oh no, he's pointing at me, and dropped and was like, oh fuck, I don't want none of that heat. Like, I mean, he could, like, I've always said it. I mean, this is my little edgy joke of it all. It's like, he could have took a one for the team. He could have. It's like, and honestly, Secret Service been like, wait, what the fuck? Oh shit, who's that flinging a weapon around? What the hell? Like, they probably would have realized, something's going down. And, and even if that kid did get some shots off, at, the stage or whatever, they would have, like, had Trump secured by that point, and that kid definitely murked. Probably around maybe relatively the same time, potentially.
can we acknowledge that the Secret Service surrounded the president and would have taken a bullet for him and would have died for him? But all they're getting now is odd conspiracy theories about how maybe.
Actually,
aren't you implying? Hold on, Piers, you tell me. Aren't you implying that they let it happen?
No.
Aren't you implying that?
No.
Obviously, what does odd
No.
mean? What does odd mean?
No,
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, saying no over and over again doesn't mean that you didn't imply it, you dumb fucking Brit. You fucking Angloid bitch that looks like you're trying to be like some wannabe fucking Gordon Ramsay looking bitch. Like, get out of here, fucking Piers. Oh, I guess you can't. This is your own show, but whatever.
What odd means?
I'll tell you what odd means. Odd means that the Secret Service's primary function is to preserve the life of whoever is president of the United States, right?
And they did that. They did that, so
allow this roof to be unmanned.
Allow.
Well,
You use the word.
allowed. Yeah, see, yeah, Jake fucker was like sniffing that like a bloodhound, dude. Damn, dude, he was like allowed. Yeah, see, yeah, there it is. Of course, there it is. Like, dude, it's allowed, dude, huh? Yeah, is that roof was just allowed to be empty. Like, does he know that there was, like, Secret Service and cops that were in the building, too? And part of the confusion was, some of the agents on the other side of the whole fucking rallying venue, including the Sniper team, were like, hey, that guy on the roof, that's one of our guys, or is that local law enforcement? Who the fuck is that? Like, they were trying to figure that shit out, leading up to everything. And granted, like, I've always said, there is like a sense of poor judgment call, and a sense of incompetence, to that. But hey, I mean, when shit hit the fan, they still did their job. I mean, fuck. Like, this idea that there was like some sort of extra nefarious thing, oh, like the kid was just allowed to be there or something. It's like, get the fuck out of here, Pierce. Like, give me a break. This weird implicit bullshit that you always like to do, you fucking little weasel. You fucking worm.
Somebody made a decision not to have that roof patrolled.
Yeah, and does that, okay, what, I'll grant this, like, was there a decision that, like, to maybe preserve, like, certain teams to, like, be in more higher priority zones, to oversee, POV of the president or whatever the fuck? Maybe I could grant that. Was there a level of incompetence and, not a good call for that, due to that? Yeah, sure. But, fuck, dude, like, what? Is he really trying to, like, do this weird weasel bullshit? Like, there was some extra nefarious thing? Like, what, the Secret Service is in on it or something? Because that's what he's implying. Like, they were just in on it. And this kid knew that somehow and took advantage of that empty space or something. Like, the kid took advantage of the empty space, but he just saw an opening and took it. Like, I mean, there wasn't no extra level, like, it was allowed to be there bullshit.
No,
you don't even know that.
Hang on. Well, somebody did because it wasn't patrolled.
So, wait, is he saying that someone did know of him being up there? Just like, oh, well, yeah, it's like, someone obviously knew because it wasn't patrolled. So, cut to my dad, you limbo. This may become relevant in a few months. Biden debating Trump. Panic. He drops out for Kamala. Calm. Remember 2016. Panic! Yeah. Maybe.
No, that's also not true.
Well, it is,
so look,
it is true.
Pierce, we don't know the last time they looked at that. We don't know if they looked at it and then the guy crawled on after.
Here's what we do know.
Now, you mentioned,
hold on. There was nobody on the roof from the Secret Service. Why?
So you're telling me that you know that under Biden, Trump, and all the other presidents, that every roof had a Secret Service person on it in every round. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Can you ever remember a president or presidential candidate who was a president giving a speech at a public rally where a roof 150 meters from his head is unprotected by Secret Service? Can you name once
How the
ever
hell would I know that? How the hell
Pierce, this weird fucking gotcha bullshit is so fucking stupid. What? Like, does this motherfucker know how many rallies, how many, like, meetings, public appearances, all this shit that presidents former and concurrent do? Where Secret Service is there, and, and honestly, most of the time, people aren't really aware of that until they spring into action kind of shit. Like, I mean, what? Like, and all, like, how in the fuck is anyone supposed to know that? And also, you know what? I'll grant this. Not every, let's say there's a public appearance where they're out in the open a little bit. Are they going to be on every roof? No. But they're going to be on the ones that are worth a shit and are highly, valued when it comes to POV and perspective and angles and when it comes to shit like that. I mean, they're not totally fucking dumb. They've learned since Kennedy. Well, kind of.
Pierce, how the hell would you know that? You don't know anything.
I am told.
Oh my god, I love Jank, man. Like, I mean, I think during 2016 to 2020, his brain broke a little bit. But ever since then, he's been kind of slowly but surely catching back on fire again, dude. I love it.
I've been told by I've been told by many experts in the last 36 hours.
Experts, dude. His condescending dismissal is fucking amazing. I love it.
Lunatic Republican you just had on, who's an expert,
Actually, no.
talking about, oh my God, oh yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, he was
I don't
also
think it's just
okay.
negligence. What does that mean? And you think it was allowed?
Actually, the
Dude, I don't think he's trying to be funny, but oh my God, he is actually pretty fucking hilarious, dude. Dude, I love me, dude. When Jen gets heated, I fucking love it, especially with Pierce. Wait, what the hell's going on here? Oh, wait, what the fuck? Oh, dude, you fucked my brain so hard, bro. Dude, I legit thought they were like peaches or apples. Dude. Bruh. AI is getting out of hands. Wait. I thought they were apples. Wait, someone just say AI is getting out of hand. I swear to fucking God, if these are not real little fluff balls of adorableness, I'm gonna be goddamn upset. They look real. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh my God, that little one just staring. Hold on. It's this little guy right here. Well, it just kind of got squished on. That guy, right there. Right there. Oh, just staring. So cute. Okay.
Who planned it?
Actually, the congressman that I spoke to was on the sniper protection detail for Joe Biden.
I feel like everyone's starting to call everything AI now. I know. And also, a lot of people that bemoan about AI tend to also use it every now and then too, sparingly. You know, my dude, my guy. Yeah, because he's always talked shit about it, which, funny enough, I've noticed Vasha's kind of shutting the fuck up about AI a lot since he was caught with AI lolly horse, whatever the fucking goblin short stack McGee fuck, whatever, I don't know. Like, frankly, I don't even really give a fuck that much. Like, I just like making fun of it a little bit. Like, I mean, like, ever since that happened, because some of that shit was confirmed to be AI art that he had on his in his folders and shit, it's just like, I mean, he hasn't said really much. Like, I'm sure he said a few things here and there, but nowhere near as much as he used to. Like, he used to have, like, little segments on his, like, Vosh Pit channel about this shit, and that doesn't really seem like that much now. These photos look AI generated. Dude, these are my wedding photos. You were in them with me. Well, I think you did stuff with AI to enhance it and alter it some way, bruh. It's like, what, you mean Photoshop?
When he was vice president. He probably knows more about it than you do, with great respect.
Okay.
Unless you're about to tell me you are a covert sniper protector, are you?
No, I'm telling you that we don't know anything about when they checked the building. We do know that there was a red-haired guy who talked to the BBC. He told the cops, then the cops showed up. It's not like they didn't show up. And so if you say, hey, we should investigate and find out when was the last time they did the perimeter check? When did they get on that roof? I totally agree. If you say negligence, I totally agree. If you say Trump was brave in that moment, I totally agree. But if you start implying, which you definitely are, and Corey Mills definitely is, that it was planned or that it was so odd that it happened, you're saying it like the Epstein thing was odd. The Epstein thing was actually odd. So the video camera's out. That makes me think, yes, there was something planned. I'm brave enough to say that. Instead, you're implying it. Corey Mills is implying it. So just say it then.
No.
Don't tell what.
Damn, dude. Fucking cook him. Oh, cooking our wannabe Gordon Ramsay bitch boy Pierce over here on a fucking saute. Oh, dude. Get that beef Wellington gun. Get it good. And don't forget the lamb sauce. Don't forget the ram sauce. And make sure it's not fucking raw. I'll make you an Indian sandwich.
Odd me.
Okay, again, I will say to you, I am not saying anything was planned. I'm not saying there was any inside job at the Secret Service to allow this to happen. I am simply saying...
You're implying that. You get that, right?
Here's
Don't
what
you
I'm
get that
implying.
You're implying that?
Here's what
That's
I'm
what
implying.
The viewer's going to think.
Here's what I'm implying.
Come on, Jay, just get him so mad to the point where he's like, you know what, fuck it, here's what I'm implying. I do think it was a work.
There There was
Get him to say something.
catastrophically negligent failure here by the Secret Service.
Dude, I love this guy. God damn it, this fucking weird bullshit. Like, okay, fuck your marketplace, dude. I like this guy who probably won't say a goddamn word in any of this. It's just like, he's just like, oh my god.
I completely understand.
I know at some point, because the only reason why we're not looking at Kyle's clip, because I actually kind of want to see the build up. And I actually didn't even realize Jank was in here anyway. And I'm like 99.9% sure Blair Wright is right there. Also probably going to silently just stare blankly into the camera without saying a word. Maybe like at most like 10 seconds worth of something. Maybe try to get a word in edgewise, and that's about it. Whoa. Well, okay. He went from looking bored to like... Whoa, what are we trying to do, Mr. Wannabe Bond villain looking motherfucker?
People are utterly bemused that this could ever have been allowed to happen. The idea you have a perfect vantage...
Yeah, it's called America, a place known for a lot of gun violence, my dude. Like, I mean, you Angloids over there in England love to bemoan that a lot, but hey, we always like to flex that you guys have a knife problem too. Not that that's really much of a point against us, I guess, but you always want to be like, well, you all got guns and stuff and shoot everyone. It's like, well, you can't go, 10 feet in London without getting stabbed, apparently. So, fuck you too.
Over Donald Trump from 150 meters at a public rally, given how divisive and polarizing he is, given how vehemently some people hate him, and given the threats of violence he's had on many, many occasions, the idea that that roof remained unmanned by secrets...
I feel like dude just starting to break because he seems super optimistic about Kamala. Like, I know it's a breath of fresh air coming off a century of have President Mummy be saying to men. Let's not act like we don't have much to eat, go to grilled at McDonald's suddenly. Mission quality, if you catch my drift. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of going based off of, like, what the vibes are in the air kind of thing at this point. Oh, yeah, Rose, who'd you vote against Trump? Need to turn to the next question. Yeah. I mean, but if we're going to be talking to, like, about normie standards, so to speak, you know what I mean? Then, I mean, it's like, I kind of have to, like, accept, like, who would be more mainstream and acceptable, so to speak. And, it's like, and right now, I think, unfortunately, I think Kamala is it. And, hey, we must be unburdened. But what can be by what has been. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. I was actually listening to a little bit of the Mama's stream about this whole thing. She already has a soundbite, dedicated now to Kamala, and it's honestly so devious. I can't even really mimic it. I don't even want to try. Yeah, because it is genuinely devious. when at this point, those kind of people are in the minority. Not really, man. Like when I say normies, I mean just the average American type, and a lot of them aren't necessarily that very political and shit. I mean, sure, you might get some that kind of like will browse it maybe casually and shit like that. But I mean, like when it comes to like someone who's like basically autistic as fuck about like politics and is like fixated on it in some way, or like really genuinely like has some big interest or like has an actual hobbyist interest or overtly goes out of the way to be active and shit, like that's not really necessarily the norm, really. Like, I mean, I would argue now more than ever there's probably more people like that. I mean, I'll grant that, but in terms of labor, they'd probably go for someone more pro-worker. Well, yeah. I mean, and honestly, especially with this whole blue-collar thing, that's why I say, like, I think now more than ever, there's more of a door for that. And, I mean, I think, that whole labor front is where it comes from because there's already, like, kind of opportunities that have been kind of set with that, like when it comes to a lot of these different labor strikes that have happened and all that shit. A lot of different moves that have kind of in a way normalized, unions and like, talk of labor, even to the point where, you had Teamsters guy at the RNC. Isn't that a big reason that Hillary lost 2016? Among others. I mean, well, mainly because she's an well-known establishment shill that was basically, a part of like a, family political dynasty at that point. Like, and considering a lot of her past, especially as Secretary of State under Obama, like there was especially with Republicans, had a very major sour taste in their mouth with things like Benghazi and shit like that. So I mean, and also like she just never really put herself out there when it came to her campaign either, because she just thought, oh well, I've earned it. She never campaigned, never really did any rallies. Fuck, I go to the polls, and all sort of bullshit. I mean, we all know that. So I think really those are the two main fucking issues right there. I think, I'm just using at least that whole Benghazi incident example, but there's a lot of specific issues about her where people, saw something about it where it's just like, it just left a very strong sour taste in the mouth. It just knew that there's something about it where they just don't like her and they don't want her. And I was one of those people, man. I was like, nah, fuck her. I detested her. Like, and even before it was really super active politics, there was just something about her that just fucking rubbed me in the wrong way. But once I got involved in politics, it kind of clicked really fucking quickly. Because like, most people only see this stuff as face value. I bet a majority have starts and ends of their wallets. Yeah, pretty much. And more people are definitely getting aware of that. I mean, when it comes to being like some political wonk about it, I think that's kind of where the difference is. But that's why I think, at least, the more political wonk types, at least should learn and understand that kind of the difference in dynamic and learn how to kind of phrase these type of things, to the layman, so to speak, right? Like, I think that's kind of why, like, being in a weird anomaly where I'm kind of blue collar, but also kind of do a consistent, like, hobby wise, like, kind of social media presence in a sense. So, like, and honestly, I think it would be more valuable to have it bigger for sure, considering that, because I think, me able to kind of have a weirdly enough, like, kind of an understanding of, like, having both feet in both sides of the door, so to speak, to where I'm almost feel like, I'm kind of can be like a middleman voice for, like, more people are just kind of strictly streamer types, where it's like I get how that dynamic works, because I watch all the time. I mean, as a hobby, I do it myself here. And then, when it comes to blue collar shit, not only do I do that, as for my fucking living, but I also, a lot of my friends are that. My coworkers, a lot of people out at bars, a lot of people I talk to. So, I mean, I kind of have like, both feet kind of, planted in, both sides of the door a little bit on that one. So it's like, and not really, I really think, not really many, streamers or content creators, so to speak, can really say that. Like, I know Paul can, I mean, because he had that blue collar work and shit. I mean, granted, older, and he's done that, basically when I was growing up. But, like, but he still has that experience. He still has that knowledge. And granted, from, I guess, a earlier time, I mean, it's still valuable. I mean, shit, inspired me, to really start learning more about this type of stuff. Because I started kind of getting it a little bit, even before he really started, like, pushing that a lot. Because, it just kind of made me realize, like, oh, there really is some, like, deep-rooted history to it. It's not just like, oh, yeah, people got together to do sure. Oh, yeah, you got, like, famous, like, voices and theorists like Marx and stuff. Like, I mean, there was way more to it than that. And I was like, oh, well, let me learn about that. And then once I started learning all that, my world just went, I was like, oh, so all this stuff that, like, Marx and shit we're talking about, that's the fucking, like, action of it. I was like, oh, it kind of really clicked with me. I was like, I see where this shit can go. Can you go fuck yourself, you little rat bastard? Dude, I am about to fucking... I need to, like, get a set of darts so I can just start, if I see that little fucker, just start throwing some darts that way. I feel sometimes so. Because it could be like less policies proven to be economic beneficial to the working class. That's why we need to implement more social. What? Well, that's why you have to kind of, that's why I kind of like having my feet planted in both sides of the door. Because to someone like Voosh, for example, I'm not trying to like dog on him too hard about this one, but it's just like you can't really go out there talking about, socialist theory, my dude. You need to read a little bit about Engels, my guy. It's like you can't really just tell that to like someone who might be like some trucker, hasn't really figured out what the Teamsters are yet. That might be conservative or something, but has those same plight, in common, complaints about like everyone else when it comes to trying to like afford their pay. They can't really, they don't really have any sick pay, shit like that. And so it's like, I mean, you can open the door, but they're still like, especially because at least for my example's sake, if they're a trucker, what the fuck they're listening to on the radio all the time. If they want to listen to some politics, right? So you gotta, it is a minefield. You gotta make sure you kind of like phrase certain things the right way. That doesn't mean you change, what you're talking about or change like what you believe, but you're just framing it in a way that they can understand it without necessarily, turning them off. Then you get taken out by a redacted squad, and that's what this country's about. Amen. Tell you what, brother.
Is to me very bloody odd, Cenk. Yes.
So you are implying that there is a chance that it was planned?
No, I'm not. I'm implying
that's literally what you just said.
Literally what I'm doing is implying that there's something we don't know about what's happened here, and we need some answers.
Then what would it be?
We need some answers I have no idea. I don't know. Now, let me go to some of the other panelists.
I'm going to be implying some things, and what are they? Well, I don't fucking know. Beats me.
They spend a lot of energy on this.
I just got questions.
I think you have to go, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling me a conspiracy theorist. Thank you for joining me. All right, thank you. Let me go to Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin, this is...
Wait a minute. That was Dave Rubin that entire time? That was Dave Rubin that entire time? What the fuck? What happened to him?
If you can't raise questions, serious questions...
What the fuck happened to him, dude? Did he, what did he do to himself? Is he trying to, legit change his look entirely? He doesn't look like himself. He looks different. Is it me, or does he just look different? What is it? What weird shit is he trying to do with this, look? And also, this, what is this, weird, Dr. Evil, kind of weird shit he's doing, dude?
About what's happened here, or suggest...
Now, this looks AI generated. Dude, I know, dude, this looks like, if an, AI generated Dave Rubin. AI, generate Dave Rubin. Generating a Dave Rubin. And this would be what would be generated.
It's odd, without being branded a conspiracy theorist by people like Cenk Uygur.
It's also hard to not be constant in the face of concrete level of stubbornness. Let me put it this way. Your heart attack service are going to blow off limbs to children bad, but them going to healthcare and education is good? Well, that just sounds like a bunch of commoners. We can't allow that. Looks like AI generated if the AI somehow was able to get drunk.
I mean, this was,
damn,
to me, not just negligence. There's something very strange about this whole incident and how it unfurled. I have never seen members of the public, nearly a minute before a shooting at a president, raising the alarm and telling people the guy's on the roof. Have you?
Yeah. Well, Piers, I haven't been on camera with that guy in about 8 years, but I'm just reminded of the brain-piercing, serious headache you get listening to him. You just laid out very calm and cogent.
The ear-piercing headache, my dude. Ugh.
Questions as to what happened to the man who was the ex-president and could be future president of the United States. There was either a catastrophic failure, which we're all acknowledging, or something more nefarious. All we can do is ask questions. The redheaded guy with the visor who was interviewed on the BBC saying that it was probably about 2 minutes, and we'll find out the exact details on that, about 2 minutes before, where he was warning law enforcement that there was someone on the roof. Well, in 2 minutes, Piers, right now, I have an IFB in my ear. I have a microphone right here. That's what all of the agents around there have. And they're
I'm pretty sure there's like a few people that make compilation videos leading up to all this shit where basically like is this like where the very first like, you know, videos or instances of like where Trump is speaking of like, you know, people being suspicious, being like, oh, what's this kid doing? Shit like that. And it's just like Horse shit. Look. But I mean, like when it comes to the whole compilation of everything, at the end of the day, it all leads up to basically being about like, at least in totality, when people started realizing it was, you know, gotten on the roof, you know, to when the first shots were fired was about 2 minutes and about 5 seconds, give or take. So I think we already kind of know just based off people splicing all these videos together and making gigantic compilations of this. Of like all the available footage that is out there and shit. And there is a lot too.
all connected to a network of people who are telling them where to look and what to do. I'm not of course, and I'm not an expert in this, but we all know this. Corey Mills happens to be an expert, and your interview was quite good with him. So the idea that 2 minutes went by and nobody looked at the roof, and by the way, the Secret Service director is now saying the reason they didn't have anyone staged on that roof was because there was a slope on the roof, and they didn't want one of their agents to get hurt. I mean, I've got roofers out.
Fucking what? You could literally see some of the sniper team, the counter sniper team that shot the kid in the first place, literally on a sloped roof, you fucking dingbat. What the fuck are you talking about, you actual moron? Dave Rubin's genuinely probably the most stupidest fuck to ever exist, bro. Oh, these high brain ideas. My brain is in just recovery mode from these high-value-minded ideas. Get me the fuck out of here, dude. Oh my god. I just want to see Destiny start blowing the fuck up. When we, like, you know what? I'm actually gonna skip the Rubin, dude. Yay! I want to see Destiny blow up.
About the attempt enough to chastise people celebrating it. You couldn't find it in your heart.
That reminds me, Kyle be dishing out the emotional damage. Well, Destiny's been doing it too, you know, as well. Hence why I guess he's on here. But anyway, we'll look at some of this real quick. Since at least we were able to at least get away from the Dave. You look like a man over there. Tell this fucking shit. Will Chamberlain. Dude, honestly, Kyle been banging him out. This is actually one of the things I saw on whatchamacallit, fucking on our stream. The Lord Almighty in elite Democratic circles is Nancy Pelosi. Remember this? Damn. Defined by say, Lord Almighty, and that be Pelosi herself. I want to see more of them. Where no. Come on, where are they in the replies or are they? I thought they were retweets. Oh wait. He said, "Wait, John, spare me the sore and accolades for people with their fingerprints on the blade." It's on the president's back. John Ferry mentioned me on the rush. Oh my god. He's upset the only politician who struggles to talk is leaving. Damn. Fuck, bro. Tell Jill I want her to know it was me. Oh god, that's actually kind of disturbing. Oh, Lord. Is there more? There's gotta be more. I was hoping there'd be more. I think D-Mob found a few more, though.
To chastise people.
Okay, what in the fuck is going on over there? Well, hello. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to be a sneaky bro? Yes, you are. Hey. What the fuck? Really? You're going the wrong way. Man. Oh my god, this place is I'm becoming a nightmare. Ah! One of them decided to return for a little visit. Be like, hey, remember me, bitch?
Celebrating the near assassination
We need our cat so bad.
A man who was president of the United States and maybe again?
Absolutely not. Conservatives have completely bled that well dry. And the idea that they, after engaging in the most divisive and most extreme rhetoric that this country has seen in recent history, that they would come on and beg for sympathy, that it's escalated into some kind of violent confrontation is absolutely insane. Even the idea right now of saying, well, if you call somebody a Nazi for so long, it's, what do you expect people to do? I grew up listening to Rush Limbaugh call Obama a communist every single day he was on the radio.
And I've literally grew up with my dad calling him the next Hitler, okay? So, yeah. Give me a break.
Got conservatives that talk about how the mRNA vaccines were ways to sneak microchips into us. You've got COVID lockdowns that were done because the government's trying to take all your freedom away. They won't acknowledge anything that happened on January 6th. They say that the election was stolen and that your country is being taken from you. Like, I don't think anybody should be killed.
They basically think that the only reason why borders are all open because, the whites are being replaced.
They should go out and kill anybody. But when you engage in this type of rhetoric and when you turn the temperature up over and over and over and over again, there is absolutely no room for you to be shocked or surprised. And there certainly isn't room for you to ask for sympathy.
You say you don't want anybody killed, and yet you say, I don't think I have much sympathy about the attempt to chastise people celebrating it. People celebrating the near assassination of Donald Trump. If you can't find it in you to chastise people who do that, aren't you just as despicable as the people you just spent the last 2 minutes haranguing?
Nope. So yeah, it's as simple as that. No. And honestly, there's a difference between celebrating and not giving a fuck. Because, hey, do I think it kind of sucks for the family of the guy who died and all that shit? Yeah, sure. Do I care? No, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't. Like, I mean, what do you want? But that's not the same thing as celebrating, you dipshit. Fucking dumbass peers. Like, there's a difference when it comes to that shit. And the idea of, like, trying to force this implied idea about, like, of the motive of destiny and shit, and trying to, like, insert the premise that he's celebrating it in some way. It's kind of silly.
No, because they've led the way. This is the environment that they've created.
So you think behaving like the people you think are despicable is the correct course of action?
Oh my god! Wow.
Not about behaving like the people who are despicable would be leading that type of rhetoric. It would be denying every single bad thing. How many times as a liberal? How many times?
Oh wow! The first time Blair actually said anything this entire time.
How many times as a liberal have you been on a show, not you in general, but like a liberal been on a show and you've been forced to disavow all of the BLM riots, disavow all of the violence and blah, blah, blah. And then you talk to...
Disavow Hamas. Especially on Pierce's own fucking show where Pierce is literally be like, do you condemn this? Do you condemn that? Do you condemn this? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Do you think, if you act despicable and celebrate just like, the people you think are despicable, then it's like, dude, even... Like, I mean, Destiny's even calling Pierce out to his own fucking face because he does the same shit. He tries to be like, well, I'm a liberal conservative and I'm holier than thou, and I sit on my little ivory tower with civility and tolerance. Yes, I just want unity of minds to come together. Like, I mean, honestly, I'm starting to realize there's like a ascended, well, I guess descended version from just beyond, from just like a lib or a neo-lib, the conservative lib, bro. Like it's just a conservative, but they're a lib like Pierce, though. Like, they're lib about it. They act liberal as fuck about their conservatism, and they like to try to be hoity-toity and holier than thou and shit. And act like, they have some sense of veneer of tolerance and all this bullshit. I mean, it's like, dude, I'm starting to realize that I think these motherfuckers are honestly more just annoying and angering more so than just a regular lib.
Disavowing violence.
Because there is such a hardcore two-faced like fucking thing about the whole like idea around it. It's like, let's push very horrible, draconian, and frankly very oppressive ideas of that comes with traditional conservatism. But let's do it on the grounds of acting very liberal. Like that means a fuck.
Yeah.
January 6th. Oh, like conservatives disavow January 6th?
Yeah. We're associating now by what leverage does this woman have? I'll never step down, Nancy. I don't care what you say. The Nancy's eye fill with this inky blackness, her jaw hinges. Potential shit out of her mouth, rapping Joe, lift him in the air. Do it, or I will take little lucidity. You have laughed. Okay, Nancy, please have mercy. Dude, honestly, like, not to kind of glaze Nancy, but dude, that Damon bitch has got some weird fucking voodoo magic in her fucking sleeve, dude. Like, what? I'm starting to wonder, is there like, a weird, like, power grab between Clinton and Pelosi, dude? And Pelosi's just like, Hillary, your time is near, and mine is yet to be foreseen. And I will just be your throat. Oh, you fuck. You probably just heard that. Oh my god, I'm so... You... Fucker.
Wait. First off, there's an entire cultural machine.
There's a cultural regime that I think is manifesting in my brain with the high value ideas that I really have no understanding of because I'm a fucking moron. So let me just butt in with literally nothing to say. Him just balling, dude. Just busting a gut. Dude, it's been a fat minute since, like, I've been starting to kind of slowly but surely kind of like, pop into some Destiny lately. Because of Paul now, I'm starting to get into Destiny Vortex, and honestly, I'm starting to warm up on Destiny again.
That has lied. There is an entire cultural...
Deserve absolutely zero sympathy for anything that happens as a result of the round. That's it. It's so easy. Like, it's so simple.
Okay, but
I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but I would...
I'm not sure what he's doing. I see what I mean? Oh my god. Well, here, let me just gloat a little bit. See what I mean with Dave Rubin? See, let me just interject with a bunch of bullshit because I have no idea what the fuck anyone's talking about because I'm a moron. I want to feel important. Oh my god, see? I fucking knew it, dude. See what I mean? Holy shit. Wow, he actually literally took the words from my mouth. Fucking Christ, dude. He wants to act like some sophisticated intellectual or something. Get the fuck out of here, Dave. Why are you in here, Dave? Like, you should have left instead of Jank, bro. I want Jank in here to fucking, like, tag team with Destiny to fucking bitch on fucking Pierce, dude. Just to bitch up on Pierce Morgan. Just go slap that ass and clap them cheeks. The white liberals, the worst enemy of America, the worst enemy of the black man. Let me first explain what I mean by this white liberal. In America, there's no such thing as Democrats or Republicans anymore. That's antiquated. In America, you have liberals and conservatives. So in America, political structure boils down to among whites, the only people who are still living in it. Nah! Beer! Oh, I almost finished it, you bastard. Well, I mean, I know the quote though, but yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just talking about like the light liberal or white liberal and like, and like pretty much the antiquated system of, politics, and pretty much kind of like, essentially was like one of the early signs of, like, hey, especially amongst, whites of liberals and conservatives, things, have kind of shifted off to cultural shit. They don't actually give a fuck. Ooh, yeah, that's a Ruben I could agree on. Ooh, some nice thick cuts, too. Ooh, thickies.
Type of person that the internet has broke their brain, thus leaving them with very little empathy for their co-human. I mean, a good, decent father is now dead because of this. He's had his brains blown out.
Yeah, and the entire community of conservatives, Dave Rubin, fucked on you, sent you death threats, and thought you were a demon, unhuman spawn of Satan himself when you had your fucking children via surrogacy. So shut the fuck up. This idea of like empathy, I don't know. Yeah, well, tell that to your own fucking crowd that you hang out with, bro. What about all the people that were fucking shitting on you? Were they just like uniquely exempt and just like oh, they were just cut from a different cloth or something? They were actually in TV shows. They were trying to harm me and just try to put me down. That's just a giant cheese at first. Giant Cheez-Its. They do look kind of like giant Cheez-Its. And they also look good either way.
He was defending his wife and daughter. I would hope that you have a little empathy for that.
Let me jump in there because we have a clip of what Destiny has said about that very thing. Let's listen to this.
Fuck it. Fuck the dude. The firefighter guy. Fuck Trump. Fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am. 100%.
Damn. Dude, even I would probably be like, not even that salty not salty. I wouldn't even be that edgy, dude. You could fucking cut stainless steel on that edge, bro. Holy shit. Oh, that's some edge.
I mean, I gotta say, I just found that repulsive, Destiny.
I wish that there is no room. There is no room for the hand wringing, and I will not participate in this anymore.
Not hand wringing.
And the hand wringing.
It's
No,
not
it
hand wringing.
Absolutely is.
No, it's just that you are positioning yourself.
So well.
No, but
Destiny, let me explain to you. Conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy.
Okay, now here's the clip where I'm like, alright, fuck Kyle's video. Oh, trigger cons. Oh, but I'm not a conservative, I say. It's like, Piers Morgan, yes the fuck you literally are, you dipshit. You can't pretend that you're some independent, like, centrist, holier-than-thou fucking liberal or some shit. See what I mean about this liberal conservatism thing? Like, this, like, oh, I'm not a conservative, I'm a classical liberal. Or some shit. Dude, it's just that same fucking garbage, bro. It's like, give me a fucking break. It's like, let's just break it down for what the fuck it is to, who you actually are, Piers Morgan. You're a goddamn conservative, and fucking own it. Quit being a little weasel, two-faced, slimy little bitch boy, you fucking English fucking Angloid fuck. You know what they say. The sun never set on the English Empire because God never trusts an Englishman in the dark. There's probably a good reason for that quote. Said this in the past before, but just because someone died doesn't mean they get a bare criticism immunity. Yeah. And let's say Trump, was the one that, happened to be the one that died out there or some shit, right? Like, I'd probably would be poking some fun still. I'd be like, whatever. Orange Man, had a little bit of that blood orange, I guess, or some shit. Orange Man became the blood orange man. So it's like, here all night. Coming again, so yeah. Very bad pun, that joke, I know.
They can do anything, and then liberals are supposed to sit here and be like, oh my God, it's so tragic.
No, Destiny,
absolutely not.
Let me explain my position, because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side.
It's so easy to fucking nail these motherfuckers, bro. So easy. Pierce, it's not that hard to fucking narrow you down. Neither it is for you, Dave. Don't think you ain't catching no salt. Which you literally look like a fucking AI generated. Dude, you know what it is? It's that weird fucking beard of his, man. Did you, like, lose a little weight and grow a beard? You know, because now I'm starting to see his weird fucking head, like, egg shape. But, like, is he trying to do, like, some weird fucking, like, fucking, like, Hans Sterner fucking, like, Nazi SS fucking, haircut shit? But with, like, a little gristle beard? Like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, there's something about him that just looks so different. Because I remember him looking like a goofy-ass nerd. Now it just looks like a goofy-ass nerd that became a Nazi. While trying to pretend to be some fucking weird hoity-toity lib. Like the U.S. is on either side of the Palestine and Israel. Well, yeah, pretty much. It's like, yeah, we're not on either side. Just like our position before, like World War II kicked off. We didn't have a side at all. In fact, we did a little bit for the Brits and a little bit for the Germans. A few of them Jews tried to leave and make refugee status here before the war kicked off. And we're like, fuck off. Did they pretty much all die because of that? Yeah, probably. But, not our fault. We were neutral. Which, by the way, that actually happened. I'm not bullshitting with that one.
Race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the person that you're describing. You are...
Oh my god. It's basically just like the emotion, tone, and like the expression of, of how, Destiny's saying it that really is fundamentally the problem. And the fact that it's such a more, quote-unquote, radical, edgy position. It's pretty much like the unholy trinity for civility, lib, ivory tower, condescending fuckboy. Like, Pierce Morgan. But it's just like, but because of that, it pretty much basically makes, Destiny a despicable, inhuman, like, dastardly fucking bastard that, shouldn't probably have much of a platform, that is worth the salt outside the condescending shame. Whatever the fuck. Why is this stupid little fucker literally going back and forth? Dude, Mickey the Rat has literally been doing that for, like, I don't even know how long now. Literally going, like, bloop, 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 bloop. I don't get it. What are you doing? Fucking drive me nuts a little bit. It's already no! Ah! Okay, there we go. It's already bad enough that little shit's just there. I'm not gonna act like it'll just roll off on me, but here's the difference. One person being redacted would be fun. Would actually not be lost for the country. I guess in a weird way, I suppose it's like the inverse of Stalin's quote. One death is nothing, while many deaths is a tragedy. Right? But instead of statistic, it's not even that. You missed a message out today. Just to be fair, let's say this was a reverse situation. The same thing happened to a candidate we like. Gonna start making fun of of that happening. Would that make me angry? Sure, a bit. Not gonna act like it'll just roll off of me. But here's the difference: one person be reactive would actually be a net loss for the country. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so no, it actually wouldn't be the inverse of the quote. It would be actually, yeah. So it pretty much would be kind of like Stalin's quote. One death is a tragedy, millions is a statistic. So that actually would make sense. But yeah, like, I mean, because I guess, despite like someone we actually like, but that actually kind of technically happened when it came to Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband. Because they were literally doing the whole like, stop, hammer time, just doing shit like that, like memeing about it. All this other shit. And, like, Destiny's kind of right, when it comes to this. This is why I'm kind of starting to warm up on Destiny a little bit again. fucking Paul a little bit. He's dragging me, like Paul the orbital body, and then me being the orbiter of the Paul is making me slowly but surely orbiting this little son of a bitch because the Jupiter that is fucking destiny, caught Paul in the orbit. So it's like, but either way, but these conservatives have straight up, done this over fucking over again. And frankly, if anything, even take reverence in a lot of this type of shit, even if it doesn't happen to be a politician. Even if it happens to, remember back in 2020 when you had a lot of these Proud Boys patrolling places like Minneapolis, Portland, I'm sure in Atlanta where not exactly where you live, but more close to where you're at. These fucking Proud Boys, Patriot Prayer, and these fucking Nazis would be patrolling places and literally just trying to beat the shit out of people. With bats and pepper spray people, shoot people with paintball guns. And conservatives clean the streets up. And they were just literally doing that not just to what they thought were lefties or liberals, but just to fucking random people. They were literally just fucking terrorizing the local town and cops did nothing because they were on our side, so whatever, we'll look the other way. Literally terrorized fucking Portland. But, it was Antifa, BLM that burnt the fucking place down and terrorizing Portland and made it lawless and shit when the fucking cops are complicit with these fucking Nazis and those motherfuckers are making it a lawless anarchy shithole. Not the other way around. That's why, honestly, when it comes to, this whole position that Destiny's taking and being hardline with, and I guess maybe to a slightly lesser extent, Jink, as well. No, I've been on that boat for quite a while. I've been on that boat since 2020. Fuck these two-faced weasel piece of shit. It's one thing if they actually are consistent with that, but these motherfuckers ain't. None of them are. So it's and because that's the difference. I've talked to the average Joe conservative type that do legit, condemn violence, even from their own side. And will detest Patriot Prayer running around and all that shit because they think they add to the problem and all this other shit. So I met some that are consistent, and I can at least grant that. I'm like, all right, all right, you're just kind of centristy and moderate about shit. But whatever. At least I can work at that a little bit. There's no reason to be, I guess, hardcore radical against you for that. So at least that's fine, I can at least have a talk with you, but, if I had to, but when it comes to, these Patriot Prayer types, they'd probably rather bash my head in with a bat or fucking shoot me with a fucking 357 God's caliber or whatever the fuck. So it's just why would I give him that same, why would I try to give him, some sort of, tolerance and civility, fucking open branch when, the first thing they're gonna want to think is fucking how to fucking explode my head like a melon. So, no. They don't deserve that fucking, respect and shit or empathy. At least when it comes to just, giving it to me back, because it always kind of comes down to that. It's just, if you're willing to give me some basic line respect and shit, then I can give it back to you. Ain't that fucking hard. But as soon as that shit's crossed, I'm gonna quickly not give a fuck, about what happens to you and your outcomes in life and shit kind of thing, right? So it's that shit will slowly, depending on how bad it is, but honestly, really quickly go down the drain when it comes to shit like that. And rightfully so. If you're a piece of shit, thinking all these lefty antifers and these fucking libs and blah, blah, ought to be shot, he's trained, he didn't be can't, blah, blah. It's yeah, fuck you. I ain't gonna get much, fucking credence out of me.
Coming to because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry, that makes you, frankly, despicable.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die. But you want to talk about gleeful? Look at the conservative response to Pelosi's husband when they broke in.
I can answer that.
Mainstream media
I can
figures
answer
that were.
that.
I don't.
Yep. I was talking about that just a minute ago. And then some. Because I saw some of that shit back in, 2020, not to, bring that back up again. But, yeah, I saw some what these motherfuckers are doing. I just happen to be on the sidelines enough to where they kind of fucked off and didn't really bother me. Like, I even remember them before then, too. And so I remember going to a couple protests before then, and they'll kind of tag along just to annoy people and shit. And I remember actually even walking by Joey Gibson because he was like one of the big names, you know, a part of the Patreon front group or whatever that's up here. And the dude straight up had like a ceremonial SS dagger with the fucking, you know, swastika right on his fucking belt right there. And the dude was like a literal tank. Like, the dude was fucking huge. Like, I'm 6'2". I'm tall as fuck already as it is. This guy was like over a foot taller than me. I was like, holy shit. Like, okay, well, you know, I'm just gonna kind of keep walking by, whatever. You know, I happened to just kind of unintentionally walk in the middle of their little crowd, but they didn't pay me no mind. They were just like, they basically just like, what are you doing? I'm just like, I'm just kind of observing what's going on, you know, just kind of following everything. It's like, all right, well, we'll get the fuck out of here. You know, leave us alone. I'm like, well, okay. So I just kind of bugged off. You know, they didn't really fuck around with me. They just like, what are you doing? I was like, I was just in the city and just walking around, saw this, just following it. That was interesting. I just kind of kept, you know, dumb about it. I just played dumb with it, but because because I don't want to say like, oh yeah, I'm here for the protester, you know, and just be like, you know, so I'd rather, you know, at least just be like, I just happened to walk into this, thought it was interesting, so thought I'd just kind of check it out, see what the hell's going on. Because honestly, I ain't looking to start shit when I'm like in the middle of, like, in the hornet's nest, so to speak, you know what I mean? But it did give me a weird opportunity to kind of see how they, you know, were, at least back in like 2018-ish and shit like that. Because there was certainly a difference. Like, you know, in the protests during 2020, like, they were legit geared up and, like, would bring their fucking rifles and shit on top of, like, their other implements, like paintball guns, you know, tasers, shit like that, batons, etc. Back then, they were a lot more, like, lightly equipped, basically. Like, they might have, like, you know, one of those, like, extendable batons on their hip or something. That thermal and dagger, like I said. They might have shit like that, but they never were, like, tacked out or anything. You know, so it's like, you know, there was, like, a time where, honestly, these groups were basically just kind of, like, wannabe, like, little fucking, like, you know, men's club kind of thing. You know, like, little gym bro clubs. But then they ended up legit becoming hubs for real serious far right agitation, you know, at least around here in the PNW. And what's fucked is that the PNW broadly has got a lot of these little weird, obscure chapters, and they don't really. And what's even more fucked, a lot of them don't got much of a social media presence either, so you can't really find out much about them. Some of them do, you know, but not all of them. Like, I know of one, like, because I've for a while have, you know, after, like, because there was this years back a couple that was wearing these, like, straight up, like, you know, some sort of, like, you know, Oregon based, like, Nazi group of some sort, maybe like some Nazi biker gang or some shit, I don't fucking know, but like there were like these distinct very big blue hoodies. No, on the front they had like this like I'm assuming like whatever their logo was, but it had like an SS logo on the front of it. No, on the back they had like their main hub, which shocker, Medford. Why am I not surprised? But you know, and that was like in a big swastika, but they had like dotted around like little, you know, that SS style like lightning symbol in every little town that they were in, which they were dotted fucking everywhere. And they also had their name on their you know, on the back of what their name was, which at this point I kind of forgot what the name was. It was like something Crusaders or some shit like that. But but like I remember for like weeks after that, because I distinctly remembered it at the time, like trying to look it up, Facebook, Reddit, everywhere, couldn't find a fucking thing. So it's like some of these groups, some of these far right Nazi like level type of groups, they stay very fucking quiet, at least when it comes to certain elements of their presence. At least online, I guess. Mainly just because, you know, if you have an online presence, it makes it easier to track down, you know, your shit, right? Like with docs and stuff. Like, so some of these motherfuckers don't play dumb. You know, like, they might be dumb in a lot of ways, but, you know, they got, like, some people, they got at least enough brains to know how to play smart enough to keep themselves kind of on the DL. I guess you could say they're, like, sleepers, like kind of sleeper cell groups, I guess.
I can answer that.
With all due respect, I don't care what your
Let me
answer
answer
is.
that.
The reality is that conservatives have been turning the temperature up on the rhetoric. They have been making fun of these types of events for years, and now when something happens to them, now they're looking for sympathy from the liberal side. Absolutely not. It's insane. It's unhinged.
Yeah,
You
but
can
here's-
conduct yourself in such a manner and
here's
expect
the
people to feel
problem.
sorry when things happen.
Why should anybody on the right listen to a word of your hectoring and lecturing about how
Hectoring and lecturing, well, I proceed to lecture you.
they should behave? And by the way, for the record, the mockery of Nancy Pelosi's husband when he was attacked by an intruder with a hammer was also despicable, right? I can see despicable behavior on all sides, and I'm happy to call it out when I see it. You, however,
Yeah, when you get called out on it, bitch.
want to present yourself as this great kind of standard bearer of decency. Sees outrageous behavior on the right time and again, and is incensed by this disgusting, inhumane behavior. And yet, time and again, since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, you have displayed.
Disney was popping so hard, dude. I could literally see him, just like, you know, like almost like, you know, one of those like animated, like you're about to like have your head pop. Like, he literally looks like that right now.
The same kind of inhumane behavior. Fuck him about a fireman who is killed because he attends a rally of a guy he wants to vote for.
My issue with the MAGA kids is not that they are not empathetic. My issue is that they support a president that led an insurrection against the United States. I'm not here to tone police over their empathy.
80 million people voted for Donald Trump last time round.
That's great. 80 million people voted for a guy that tried to insurrect the government, and it looks like they might try to do it again. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say. These are the facts on the ground. The idea that
so you don't like attacks on democracy. So presumably you would unreservedly condemn the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, because that's one of the most egregious attacks on American democracy in modern times. Presumably,
Pierce, you're not even American. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what is, you know, American is apple pie, brother. Because, dude, we've had, I mean, I don't know if it's just like maybe people don't want to admit it or not, but this whole, like, you know, assassination shit is honestly straight up as American as apple pie. You can like it, you can hate it, you can detest it, you can fucking think it's, you know, think whatever you want out of it. But, you know, one thing you can't take away of is America's apple pie. We've had a fucking president. Teddy Roosevelt literally did an inauguration speech with a fucking bullet wound in his fucking gut or his lung or some shit, bro. And just like, fucking like, you know, held up, put some pressure on the wound, and just like kept fucking finishing his speech and just sat there just like, yep, I'm doing my speech. I'm shot, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, you know, like, that's some, like, giga chat shit right there. I mean, like, come on. Like, I mean, like, these things are not exactly, like, some rare, well, I guess in modern times they are rare. Like, the last, like, you know, assassination attempt, you know, in modern times would be Reagan. Or I guess the congressional baseball game that happened, what was it, like 2015, I think? You know, so it's like, to a lesser extent, not presidential side of things, but still, like, I mean, I guess maybe to even a lesser extent, Paul Pelosi, I suppose. I mean, so it's not like, you know, they don't happen at all and they're like super rare, but I mean, they have definitely kind of withered off a lot, but when it comes to American history, that shit has happened all the fucking time. Like, it's actually insane how often it happened, bro. Like, I mean, seriously. Like, I mean, like, I bet, like, if you looked up just broadly political assassinations in American history from, like, even, like, you know, during the first secessions of America, even, like, Articles of Confederation days up until to this point, I guarantee you that'd be a thick fucking list. And granted, a lot of that will probably be from, like, that early inception up until, like, I don't know, like, the 40s, 30s, maybe. Probably at least maybe the 30s. Then it'll probably start making a decline, but, I mean, it's like, Again, that type of shit, say what you want. It's about America's apple pie, alright? Like, it just is. You know, say what you want about it. Like it, hate it, detest it, whatever the fuck. You know, like, it is. So, excuse us, Pierce, for, you know, maybe, like, having a little different, you know, feelings or approach about this shit. I guess, you know, it'll only take an American to understand that, huh, you fucking little Anglo and English Brit fuck.
You would take this opportunity, given you are so determined to protect the integrity of democracy, you would find it absolutely...
Shut the fuck up, you Brit. Okay, yeah. I think we got, like, I just wanted to see if, like, there's a little more of exposure from Destiny, because from some royal unionist, like, fucking monarcho, like, British constitutionalist fuckboy over here, like, bemoaning about democracy. It's like, get the fuck out of here, Pierce. You wannabe bitch. Like, what the fuck do you know about democracy, you fucking monarcho-constitutionalist fucking freakball? Like, if you had it your way, you probably wouldn't make America, like, you know, a constitutional monarchy. Like, ugh. Good. Oh, yeah, I probably see them, but if I'm excited news. First off, one of our new series, done 3.8k words. Nice. Second, there's a contest going on between two subreddits, and the theme is found footage versus lost episode going from now until the second, and I gotta brainstorm, bro. I'm doing a lost episode story, and it's gonna be about Dr. Phil being an energy vampire demon. Ooh, that sounds good. Actually, it shouldn't necessarily be like an energy vampire demon. I think it should be like, it should be kind of like almost like an evil, like, you know, like possessed. It's like someone possessed by like an evil, you know, a demon of a sorts, for sure. That, like, you know, channels like the energy of the worst impulses of, you know, his, you know, not constituents, like, you know, the people on his fucking show and shit. You know, so I guess that's kind of where it's going. I'm assuming that's like when it comes to that, because that sounds awesome. I like the idea.
Absolutely outrageous that someone has tried to assassinate a president, right?
If the other conservatives on this show want to say that it was absolutely outrageous
I'm
that Donald Trump attempted to coup the government,
I'm asking you.
Then maybe I would. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get on my knees and beg for forgiveness or show sympathy to conservatives.
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking you to condemn what happened as an egregious attack on democracy. Can you do that?
No, I won't. No, I won't.
You can't do that. You see, so why the hell? Frankly, Destiny,
absolutely not.
Why the hell should
Oh no, Destiny's getting dogpiled in a 3-on-1. All of them are getting in on it. Well, I guess 2-on-1.
a word you have to say
Wait,
about...
why do you think conservatives haven't been listening to a word that liberals have said about anything for 8 years?
Right,
what do you
but
think
why
is going to
should
change?
they?
You think
But
that if
here's my
liberals
point,
come out now
Destiny.
and they go, "Oh my God, this was so horrible,"
But here's
they're
my
going to go,
point.
"Wow, that is true."
Hey,
Maybe
wait a
that
second.
would also like
Charlie, I'm
turn
going
the
to bring
rhetoric
Charlie.
over.
I'll bring you in at the end of this. I promise.
I like how the second time Blair White ever said anything, it's still unaudible because she's trying to butt in, and it's just you just can't hear anything. And then it's just in the middle of just absurdity. Oh my God.
You'll get a good chance to respond. But here's my problem, Destiny, with your whole position on this, right? Is that you don't actually have anything inside you that you want the other side to have. You don't have anything.
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean, bro? Pierce? What the fuck does that mean? Did you just do like a Joe Biden, bro? We cannot be burdened by what has and unburdened by what has been. Like, I mean, what in the McGoogly fuck did you just say, bro? Oh my God. Okay, well, that's about, I think, about as much as I can handle right there. I think we got a good, nice little lead up. We got a little jank, a little dose of some of the chunk, a little dose of Destiny. Can't handle it anymore after that, though. I'm starting to OD on Pierce, and I can't handle it. I don't want to OD on Pierce Morgan. That would be bad. That would not be good at all. Don't wanna OD on Paris. That will be bad indeed. That will be bad. Tell you what. Burp. 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 And I'm just kind of in goofy, mode for song. Song. Here. Let's see if I can find item right now. Because I want to actually use, let's see if there's a timestamp actually first. Oh, yep, here it is. Yeah, it's just in the way end. Let's get roasting the internet. Roasting the internet? I wanted to at least, find more of them, though. With the mama.
Why is Kyle Kalinske going so hard right now?
Because it's Kyle Kalinske. He's a lesbian softball coach, and she hasn't had her fucking, martini, and she's pissed, okay? And she's about to go ham, and she, just... She just needs it, bro. Let him have it.
Kyle Kalinske is on Twitter right now just insulting the appearances of everyone who's, insulting Joe Biden. This person, Mike Lee. Are we sure Joe...
Wait, hold on. We gotta bump that a little bit. We gotta bump that up. That's a little bullshit right there.
Twitter right now just insulting the appearances of everyone who's, insulting Joe Biden. This person, Mike Lee. Are we sure Joe Biden knows he's out of the race? Kyle Kalinske, Mike, you look like a thumb.
Mike, you look like a thumb? Oh my god!
I don't understand.
You look like a thumb, bro.
David Sachs. One candidate survived assassination, the other staged a coup. Your choice, America. Secular talk. Kyle Kalinske says, "Let epic burn, Mr. Ball Sachs. Hope you get the tax cut you want."
David Sacka. Oh my god.
Why is he being... This is so funny. Here we go. The president's schedule for the week ahead lands. No public events, no public events. Julie Kelly says, absolutely unacceptable. What the fuck is going on? Kyle Kalinske says, you have 2 first names. He has COVID. Shouldn't you be happy he's not in office since you hate him anyway?
Damn. Oh.
Here we go. Here's another one. Look at this. He's just at it. Chip Roy says, is the president of the United States in charge? Hashtag where is Joe Biden? Secular talk. Kyle Kalinske says, your name sounds like a knockoff brand of cookies from the dollar store.
Chip Roy. Oh my god.
I'm so here for it.
Oh my god, that's
man.
beautiful. Oh, let Kyle cook, dude.
Here we go. Here's another one. We got another one. Doge designer says, I fully endorse President Trump, Elon Musk. Secular.
Oh my fucking god, this is unironically the most gayest thing I've fucking seen, dude. That is so fucking gay.
Kyle Kalinske replies,
Epstein Bros. Damn.
Ooh, he's at David Sachs again.
He's going after ball sacks, dude. Oh shit.
Let's call him Mr. Ball Sacks again. Don't overuse it though. Holy shit!
Oh, this one.
John Fetterman. John Fetterman says, "Spare me the soaring accolades from people with their fingerprints on the blade in our president's back." Kyle Kalinske says, "John Fetterman's upset that the only other politician who struggles to talk is leaving." Broken heart emoji, sad emoji. Holy
shit! That's so great.
It's going crazy.
I love it. It's beautiful. The emotional damage, bro, is beautiful.
Oh, he's still going. Will Chamberlain says, really simple, under-discussed reason why Kamala Harris shouldn't be president. No children. Secular Talk replies, you look like a man in an erectile dysfunction ad.
Oh my god, dude. The memes are insane, and they're beautiful. I love it. The Kyle memes are about to be unleashed for Monday are going to be amazing. Just amazing.
That's so good.
Good shit right there, I tell you what. I tell you what, dude, brother. Good shit.
Oh, this one's pretty good. I'll give him credit for this one too. This is the fake news photoshopped image of Kamala Harris with Jeffrey Epstein, which was retweeted by Ben Garrison, but it's literally a fake photoshopped image.
Wow, why am I not surprised at all that Ben Garrison would be, doing that?
And Kyle Kalinske says, supporters of a guy that has 400 pictures with Epstein would like you to be mad about pictures with Epstein that are completely made up.
Damn. Damn.
Pretty good. Solid. Not as quippy as the other ones, but still pretty good.
I mean, it's kind of hard to, compete with the other ones after, all that, because, oof. Oof. Dude, Kyle going off is amazing, dude. Man, when Kyle goes off, he goes off, and it is a beautiful thing indeed. A beautiful thing indeed. I tell you what. Beautiful thing indeed. It's the only thing I need. Or else it will make me bleed. When I don't get what I need. Damn it. Boom. Oh my god. Ooh. Ooh. Good hit. Good shit, man. Yeah. Let's see what else may happen if I'm not. Actually, you know what? I mean, there isn't really much, especially for a Sunday. And I feel like, we'll be over time collecting more news. But find a little something that actually could be a little fun. A little fun but informative. Let us see. Let us check out. Let's check out this. The gulper eel iceberg, acute or heinous? Are they cute or are they heinous? Or are they heinous with an anus? We'll see.
Ah, finally. Another video about a grotesque deep-sea creature.
Well, that thing is fucking disturbing. So, what the fuck is... Okay. Well, heinous, yep.
It's been a while since I covered something in this category. I've been going pretty hard with the prehistoric species and the history of life series. Then I kind of got wrapped up in some cute shit. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what happened to me. But now I'm finding my way back with an animal that has a confusing reputation. One that is absolutely objectively heinous to the general public, downright unpleasant, but that many viewers of this channel somehow find charming or cute. I think many of you are unwell. That creature.
Yeah. Good thing I think it's kind of disturbing.
Eel. I've wanted to cover them since I saw mixed opinions on them in a TikTok I made a few years ago. Some found them cute, some found them heinous. So today this video serves as a poll. I'm gonna break down the gulper eel in a very loose iceberg format. Probably not an iceberg format at all, but I guess you can decide in the comments, giving you everything you need to know to make an informed decision. And by the end of this video, I hope you're able to decide if the gulper eel is cute or absolutely heinous.
I'm pretty sure it's still an ugly fuck.
Let's start off by getting
Maybe it'll be so ugly it's cute.
the general information not out of the way, but because this will be the first phase of judgment. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but that is exactly what we're going to do. Quick facts to develop your first impression, kind of the tip of the iceberg. The gulper eel is a 3 to 6 foot long fish found in deep tropical and temperate waters all around the world. They can be found almost as deep as 10,000 feet below the surface of the ocean, and their proportions are nuts. Their tail can be up to a third of their body length, and their mouth is out of this world. One paper mentioned the eels have the largest mouth relative to their body size out of any vertebrate, which is honestly not surprising. They look like the fucking talking teeth toy with a piece of string attached to it.
They kind of do, honestly, without the teeth. Which, thank fuck, they don't have teeth.
Have this insanely stretchy membrane between their jaws that I honestly cannot prepare you for. And inside of their jaws, they have these very teeny little teeth. Practically useless, I'd say.
So are they still, like, a species that live?
They were first described in 1882.
Yeah, okay, I guess maybe
the
so.
Gulper eel was thought to be pretty rare. And then boom, between the 1960s and 80s, they were caught in the hundreds. Before anybody turns that into the next TikTok conspiracy about a fucking sonic boom, there's a solid explanation. Deep sea fishing was becoming more and more advanced during this time. The development of more powerful and larger trawlers that were able to reach deeper waters with more advanced sonar and navigation systems. So boom, more eels caught in the nets. Case closed. This is obviously shitty, but had a silver lining. A huge study on their biology using this new big sample size in 1989, using 760 gulper eels caught in the Atlantic Ocean, kind of off the coast of Iceland. Obviously, lots of variation, different sizes.
Damn. So these things can be found probably like in North Atlantic Ocean and shit. So they're out in Iceland and stuff. Damn.
Different ages, some with empty stomachs, and some with full. Which brings us to the next tier of judgment. How and what they eat. An animal's diet can shape a lot of our opinion of them, from my perspective. Classic example, the panda. People love pandas. All they do is eat bamboo, and people love them for it. Compared to raccoons.
Well, they're also fucking dumb as shit, and basically, like, will literally eat their own babies and shit. Like, they're not, like, they're one of those species where they're pretty much, like, destined to kind of, like, slowly but surely, like, die off.
I.e. the trash panda, because they notoriously eat trash. Among other things, of course, but the general public...
Don't judge the trash panda, they're cute.
Thinks of raccoons as eating trash, and the general public do not like raccoons. And before you...
Well, they're fucking stupid because they're cute.
Say, Lindsay, that was a really shitty example. There's a lot more that goes into the public perspective of raccoons and pandas. I know. All I'm saying is, I think you would feel a little bit differently if pandas drank blood and ate liver and organs and things of that nature. Anyway, out of the 700...
Well, they would be metal as fuck then. I'm so cute and adorable, but I'll eat you inside. It's like, it's like, oh shit, dude. Fucking, you know, some black metal pandas, dude. They already got the corpse paint for it. Just have them covered in all the blood, dude. That would be kind of that make them metal. Okay, that make them metal as fuck.
Collected for this study, 120 of them had food in their stomachs. Crustaceans were the most common, followed by fish, seaweed, cephalopods, arrowworms, tunicates, jellyfish, ribbon worms, and finally, in just one specimen, trash. So they're kind of like the raccoons of the deep ocean, down to eat anything, even seaweed, which I honestly wasn't expecting. They just scream predator to me. But I guess desperate times, i.e. the deep ocean, call for desperate measures, i.e. seaweed. Maybe the thought of them eating seaweed is cute to you, and we'll add some points, but I don't know. That's not my business. So remember at the time of the study in 1989, not much was known about the gulper eel other than the fact that they exist. Understanding their diet and getting a full grasp on their anatomy allowed scientists to really start coming up with ideas of how they hunt it.
I'm guessing this is like a real picture of them? It looks like a weird alien, bro, that you find on, like, you know, the deep oceans of Europa, that just, like, one of the macro species that, you know, that just exists. That fucking thing looks like a goddamn alien, bro.
The third phase of judgment. It's one thing to know what they eat. It's another thing to know how.
Oh, God. I don't want to know.
Eels have a caudal lure, a glowing bulb on the tip of their tail that scientists automatically assumed they use to attract prey. That's very in the deep sea community. Bioluminescence. Think anglerfish. Think viperfish. Think it.
Well, if they're like 10,000, feet below, the surface, when it comes to like the ocean, below sea level, then that would make sense. I mean, there's going to be nowhere near as much light, going down there, and they're going to need, some bioluminescence to attract some creatures to be like, oh shit, what's that?
They're deep sea atrocities. They love that shit. Remember that sensory system I told you about that fish have? The lateral line helps schools of fish not bump into each other? Well, in gulper eels, that is very developed, which is great when you live in a trench. Seems as though it might give them information on direction and distance of potential food and foe. They also have well-developed front-facing eyes to take in the...
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of derpy. It's kind of ugly and derpy to the point it actually is kind of cute. Alright, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm starting to kind of get one over.
Light that reaches those depths and help them to see whatever they possibly can. So with this in mind, scientists concluded that the gulper eel must be an active hunter, maybe swimming with their mouth open, kind of like a basking shark. But that really wouldn't work for some of the more agile prey that some of them had in their stomachs, i.e. fish and squid. It couldn't be the suction feeding method that many fish have, because despite having a mouth like nobody's business, their jaw muscles are pretty fragile, so then maybe kind of thrusting their head kind of over their prey, like a pelican, rapidly engulfing it, which the researchers illustrated in this lovely diagram. Luckily, since this study was published, technology has advanced. There have been more trips down to the depths using ROVs, and recently a couple of these trips have been able to catch the gulper eel in action, in a form that not even 1,000 dead specimens could prepare you for. The next phase.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to like zoom in and out, to try to highlight.
Judgment, the balloon. Gian, roll the clip.
That's a fish? What? What?
Is it engorged or is it like that?
Is it mad?
Is it just... Look!
Oh
my god!
Look at that!
Wow!
Goodness.
Look at his face!
It's kind of like googly eyes.
I think he ate too much.
Yeah! Wow.
Yep, he's doing the shake.
Oh,
It's a
my.
Marine biologist noises. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Woof. Side note, if you are ever bored or under the influence of marijuana, watch a Nautilus live stream. It'll make you...
Dude, I've seen a few of those before. Dude, marine biologists, when they're just like, oh my goodness, look at that. Ooh, oh my goodness. Ooh. Yeah. Dude, I've seen a few of them. I'm not gonna... Dude, I was just like, whoa. Yeah. I like how even Lindsay was calling me out. Fuck you, a little low-key, though, Lindsay. Like, yeah, if you're under influence of marijuana, like, wait, me? Like, me? Who, me? No. Like, oh my god.
Feel weird in a good way. So this video was taken off the coast of Hawaii, and then a couple months or maybe even a few weeks later, another team off the coast of Portugal caught the gulper eel inflated, which looks like this.
Dude, that is so weird. It's just basically got like a sack for a mouth.
Yes, ridiculous that a creature like this even exists. Maybe cute in the most godforsaken sense, depending on how you look at it. This was also the first evidence ever captured that gulper eels actually pursue their prey, rather than waiting for it to go in their mouth. And just last year, in June of 2023, a living gulper eel was seen with a belly full of food for the first time, right off the coast of Costa Rica. It's thought to have been a squid or some swarm of shrimp, but based on the size and shape, most likely a squid. Alright, so that's the solid information about gulper eels on their own. Their look, their vibe, their hunting tactics, etc. Now we're going to move on to their relatives and colleagues within the deep sea industry. Who are they most closely related to? Who can we compare them to? How different do they look from their brethren? Let's see how this shapes your opinion of them.
The cursed brethren,
Starting off with my favorite, the snipe eels, which look like linguini. There's a handful of species that can get to like 3...
Okay, these guys are kind of cute. Well, this is a dead preserved specimen, but, I mean...
6 feet long max. Others are smaller, and their beaks are nuts, making them look like sidekick.
Oh, like, see, right here, this looks adorable. That just looks cute as all get out.
Characters that never shut up. My favorite snipe eel is the slender snipe eel. I like their name. Slender snipe eel. Slender snipe eel. Slender
snipe eel. Slender snipe eel. Slender snipe eel. Slender snipe eel. Got it. Ha!
Anyway, some other gulper eel relatives look like they could be mistaken for gulper eels pretty easily. Like the the swallower eels.
Okay, that thing looks fucking metal, dude. It don't look cute. It don't look ugly. That thing just looks fucking metal.
Like gulper eels, the swallower eels have
Dude, that thing is
indisputably
metal as fuck, bro. Dude, that looks like an album cover for like some like technical like metal band of some sort, like technical deathcore or some shit. I don't even know, bro. But that looks like a honestly any genre of metal. Maybe not power metal. Thrash metal, maybe? Like some fucking, like, you know, death metal, black metal. Like, dude, I can see a lot of different genres of metal with just this as an album cover, bro. That is dope. That's awesome.
just of a slightly different shape and size, slightly smaller, which I guess makes sense because what is a gulp if not a vicious swallow? It's really all I have to say about it. And then there's Mononathus, whose name means one jaw because they have no upper jaw. They're tiny, about 6 inches long max. Alright, so that's the gulper eel family tree. That might influence your decision. You ever meet someone who's kind of terrible, but then you meet their family, and they're just the worst people on earth, and it makes you look back at that original person and be like, oh, considering your circumstances, you're not that bad. Or the opposite. Could go either way, I guess. Anyway, the last thing I want to bring to your attention about the gulper eels is one of their adaptations they have to living in the dark that many other deep-sea fish have. The last tier on the list, the darkest part of the iceberg, ultra black camouflage.
I mean, considering the, you know, gulpers that we already saw, they're, yeah, pretty blackened as hell.
Take camouflage. We usually think of it as shades
Just
of
like my soul.
green in a forest, but then make it black. Not just any black, like the black on this shirt. Ultra black. So black that less than 0.5% of light that hits it gets reflected off of it. Less than 0.5%. The rest is absorbed by the black. It's like a fucking void, dude. Let's think about how this evolved, because
The
I know
black
it's very
hole eel.
straightforward, but when you think
Damn,
about it
dude.
and lay it all out, it's kind of bone-chilling. So, most of the ocean is very deep, which means most of the ocean is completely dark. If you really want to freak yourself out, cover your eyes so you can kind of place yourself there while I say all this, right? You're in the middle of the ocean, at the bottom of the ocean. Despite this being absolutely desolate, it makes sense that some species would kind of spread down into the depths to live their life, feeding on food particles that drift from the top of the ocean, from the socially acceptable habitats closer to the surface. But the most favorable meal would be a big one, since particles are just particles. But in complete darkness, the big meal would be hard to find. You can't see anything in front of you, to your left, to your right, below you. It's all complete darkness. Maybe you see a faint light above you if you're high up enough in the water column, but that's a big maybe. Fish do have the lateral line, which helps them detect movement in the water, but what would be really helpful is if you could produce your own light.
Which, yeah. Which is honestly why I was kind of, you know, have my eyes closed. So it's like, I want to put myself in there. I'm just like, God damn it. I kind of want to, like, kind of get an idea.
Bioluminescence. So you can at least see a few feet in front of you, help find, attract, or disorient your prey. Eventually, there would be adaptations to combat that. There is nowhere to hide in the deep ocean. It's just thousands of
Biotorches. Bioluminescence. Dude, I still want to see that. That'd be kind of cool to see.
miles of darkness. So you'd have to become invisible by reducing the reflectance of your skin. This would not only be helpful for prey who want to stay hidden from their predators' bioluminescence, but also for predators who, despite having bioluminescence, would want to be able to have the rest of their body pretty much invisible, hidden from the eyesight of their prey. Heinous. Absolutely wicked. In 2020, researchers measured the reflectance of 18 different species of deep-sea fish caught off the coast of California and the Gulf of Mexico. Of those 18, 16 of them showed less than 0.5% of reflectance at bioluminescent levels. The gulper eel included in that, scientifically considered ultra-black fish. You know melanosomes, those pigment cells we talked about? Turns out the ultra-black fish have like insanely densely packed melanosomes all over their skin to achieve this void color. No gap?
I got no melanosomes at all. I got not a single one on me. I reflect light like it's snow.
The melanosomes means no reflected surfaces. It's so effective that ultra-black fish reduce their visual detection by 6 times, compared to fish with just 2% reflectance. Gulper eels are among the darkest animals on our planet. Black holes lurking in the depths of the ocean. So now that I've given you the rundown, I want to know your final verdict. Whether
They're metal as fuck, with a slight cute derpiness to them. I've been won over a little bit, and their relatives, I'm not even gonna lie, are metal as fuck. Not even gonna lie. So, you know what? That's my verdict. They're kind of like they're kind of like a mixture of both cute, a little bit of heinous in the sense that they're metal as fuck. But, you know, kind of ugly too at the same time.
gulper eel is cute, or absolutely heinous? Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll do a little poll as a community post so we can get it all tallied up that I will link in the description. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe.
Which, you know what? Where is that? Because I you know what? I want to see what is the foe. Oh, it's in the tab itself. Oh, well, it's back in April, so goddamn it, it's probably going to be a minute. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's something went wrong. God damn it. Okay. I want to find it. Look, you kind of want to find it. Yep. Let's find it. Post. Oh, here we go. Oh, so, wait, what about other? Because I got, you know, I'll say cute. Oh, you know what? Most people said that too. Does that mean I'm unwell? Because she kind of called me out on that. Maybe so. Maybe so. Damn. Must be the case. Ah, I'm actually kind of surprised. It didn't take that long to find it. I think I'll at least get this ice on both my dap. I think I'm good for that. All that fun stuff. Start way later, honestly, just because fucking work been redonkulous. Hopefully tomorrow should be at least a little better. Hopefully. And, man, considering it was a Sunday, I was hoping it would be a lot better and chill for a day. I was hoping it would be. And honestly, I have a weird feeling that, like, Store's gonna call, you know, like, hit me up, be like, hey, why haven't you been calling out for lunch? It's like, I don't do that all the time, and sometimes I don't, but then in retrospect, probably should have, just because I end up being out, you know, leaving later because of X, Y, or Z, which a lot of it is really due to the fact that I tend to get kind of fucked over on the weekends. Because, no one, like stays a little after to make sure things are closed up if it's a part of the closing shift. And that's kind of the fucking problem. And I don't get the backup that I would need. So it's just like, I don't want to necessarily like full on take a lunch, after everything's closed. I might take one more quick little break, but that's about as much as I would do. Like, cause like, fuck, man. Especially when it's just like I have to kind of like walk through everything else and make sure things are okay. And it's like, then I still got my own other shit. It's like unless I get some a little extra backup of this kind of shit outside of these two new guys, like, cause we got the people for that shit. There's really ain't no excuse at this rate. But nope. Just gets fucking redonkulous, dude. But anywho, that was good myself food. Call it good and all that fun shit. So, let's peace out for now and see y'all.